were you shocked last night? Since you watched the entire Nuggets game, were you shocked?
I was shocked to the extent that Houston never came alive. And Denver's defense was very good, but Houston missed 75% of its shots from three-point range, and they shot more than 30 times from three. And so there was some of it that was Houston just had a really bad shooting night, but
are the Nuggets better than you think? I mean, one game we can't.
Yeah. You can't say one. If Gallo is a legitimate 18 to 20 points a game, then they are better than I thought they could be.
See, we got into it yesterday. I think Gallo has a legitimate shot, if he's healthy, at making the All-Star team. Because he could end up scoring 19, 20 points a game for this team.
Okay, and he could, but because the West is so deep with individual talent, he has to do more than score 18 to 20. He has to make the Nuggets the surprise team of the West. And that doesn't mean they have to win 60% of the games, but they do, as we go into the new year, have to be a serious playoff contender.
We have exchanges of emails, and he brought that up yesterday. He thought, so I sent him 8 players that are ahead of Gallinari in the Western Conference. And that was not being disrespectful, but when you consider, you start with Kevin Durant, so there's 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, sure.
There's 5 guys. Would you say 5, maybe 5 guys on the All-Star team at small forward?
Yeah, that's the top.
Do you count James Harden?
No, that's too many. There are only 12 guys on each All-Star team.
No, I think they've added. I think there's like 13 or 14.
You have to be in one of the top 5 small forwards to have any shot of making
let's have the top 5, because maybe one of them would get hurt. Is James Harden considered a shooting guard or a small forward, even though he brings the ball up every time, even with Ty Lawson there? Okay, well, let's eliminate him. Kawhi Leonard, he's
small
the
forward.
MVP player. Wiggins at Minnesota, I mean, he had a great year. Hayward at Utah, I said
is on the rise, and that's there's the direct competition for Gallo. Is Utah or Denver going to be a better team? And then the leading scorer for one of those teams will get consideration as an All-Star, and the one who's not on the better team won't.
Yeah, Chandler Parsons. I mean, you have to consider him in there, and I'd say he's better known and better respected, more well respected. And you said it, the Broncos and Draymond Green at Golden State, and who else did I send you? But there were like 8 players that he's got to beat out.
You mentioned Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce is because of. Well, it's a lifetime achievement kind of award, and he thinks he's going to have a good year. And if Clippers are great, you're going to look at those guys and you put Chris Paul.
I watched the Clippers play last night too.
Is Paul Pierce starting?
He was playing in crunch time. I know that.
Okay. Yeah, which is where he is. So I just think Gallinari, and I agree, Gallinari's got to do more than average 20 points a game. He's got to. The Nuggets have to be a good team, because in this league they don't have to take one representative from every team.
They're undefeated so far.
Okay,
that's a good point.
Well, is Steph Curry the best or the most exciting player in the NBA? He starts out with 40 points.
He's the guy I like watching more than anybody else.
Here's the guys that I sent you last night. To go back to that, I sent this email. I thought I just sent it to you.
Memphis.
Rudy Gay's with Portland now, or wherever he is.
Batum has left the conference, so that's a advantage to Gallo.
So I didn't even have him in the top 10, but you're right. I was just kind of off the top of my head thinking of guys. So Steph Curry, if you have a chance to watch one guy in the league this year, who do you want?
That's
to watch?
The guy I'm watching now. I love watching Steph Curry. Love it. Love his handle. The shot is the best shot I have ever seen in the history of pro basketball.
Okay, I know you love baseball, and this is why I'm saying it. I'm sticking the needle in.
Okay.
2 nights ago, Game 1 of the World Series. Yeah. Early in the night, I went to a movie, and late in the night, I watched Steph Curry play his first game of the season, and I didn't watch 1 second of Game 1 of the World Series. So that's how big I am on Steph Curry.
Love him. Love watching him. And
I'm
a huge LeBron fan.
He's worth the price of admission.
I got
for
LeBron.
Sure.
I got to watch LeBron. I mean, would you watch Cleveland Cavaliers for a moment if they didn't have LeBron? Would you?
Although
watch
I like
Miami?
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, but I mean, there's 18 point guards in the league.
Yeah.
Is
What do you think of
LeBron anymore? That's my question this year. Because
Well, with the back problem.
With the back problem, and backs
And
are
you
tricky,
wonder,
as
you know, and
Steve Kerr knows.
Both you guys have seen two famous players, two Hall of Famers that had back problems that were lying on the floor
Larry Bird
during games, and Steve Nash.
Yeah.
And those guys were restricted throughout their careers because of back problems, particularly Larry Bird at the end of his career could barely get up and down the floor, and he didn't belong on the Dream Team other than for
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Absolutely.